There we go. Okay, now it's going.
Yay!
It's because it didn't have auto start enabled, so that should work now.
Brilliant.
Let me make sure that this is audible. Okay, looks like there's no echo. I was worried about an echo, so I don't hear an echo.
That is good. Let us
And
hope that I do not create one.
I should have known. I knew that Skep Talk was starting today, but I didn't know that Erica was on it. And I thought 2.5 hours, they'll probably be done and doing, like max super chats by then, right? And then I realized it was Erica. That doesn't happen when she's on. I love her. I love her long streams. This is the one time where it bit me in the butt.
Well, we'll just keep trucking.
So, hey, the main point is that we get started, get in the groove of things, kind of feel out how things are going to go. This is more of a trial.
It's a first stream anyway.
Yeah. So
it was going to be a little bit of not having people in here.
Oh yeah, no, I didn't really expect anyone to actually be in the live stream. But this does help me get started with the technical process of it. I was going to get started earlier with trying to figure out tech stuff, but I suddenly had some pets to clean up after.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. I popped into the gather in order to, because Lena said that she would watch if I sent her the link, so I sent her the link. And then I was like, she probably won't see Discord for a while, so I should probably go into the gather. And oh yeah, Erica is on a roll.
Absolutely. Yeah, she's it's a good call too.
But it's full on. I'm going, oh yeah. Oh, this is gonna be a while.
It's fine. I'm probably gonna go until I'm thinking 2 hours.
Okay.
You obviously are not obligated to stay the whole time. You can stay as long as you like. And if it still feels like we got stuff to do after the 2 hour mark, we can keep going. But otherwise, that'll probably we'll cap it off there.
I mean, I should be good for well beyond the full time. I'm a night person. So
Yes, me too.
I even this week tested out my first Twitch live and
Oh,
it
nice.
wasn't the worst, but there are definitely things that I need to work on.
Sure, I
We should
imagine.
probably go listen to it soon and figure out. Somebody said I was muffled, and yeah,
Um, yeah, I
let's
can see
find
why.
out.
Yeah, your volume, I am having to turn up your volume quite a bit on Discord to get it to go through, so
Mm-hmm.
I can understand why. Um,
Yeah, I've always kind of had that issue. I I am a quiet person.
yeah. I was hesitant about putting this as a Discord event because this is more of a it felt like it was too personal, but I don't know. I realized that this is also kind of a by it being on the Discord stage that it does make it more of a community thing. So I'll keep that in mind in the future. I'll when I get another set date, um, I'll set it up in the just in the event calendar for the server. So um that was me fretting over nothing,
Yeah,
I think.
I think you have some standing in the community to, make Discord events. So
Well, I
even
I
if they are personal.
yeah. I do
Ah,
manage them, so I can create and edit events and whatnot. But
yeah.
I I was trying to I was a little bit more self-conscious about it than I should have been.
Understandable. I think when I went live on Twitch, I only posted at like three places. I was like, I don't know if I want anybody to see this.
I can link to your Twitch account in the description if you send it to me.
Let me go look at my Twitch account. Do, do, do.
Because right now I've only got it linking to your YouTube.
Yeah, which has nothing on it yet.
Hmm.
Because that's going to be like 10 steps of me figuring things out before I can do that.
That's why I'm really hesitant to do anything on Twitch. I'm not a big like Twitch person anyway.
I don't, uh, I'm going to try both because, uh, let's see. Let me test this. Is it not my main account? Let me see if I get, I don't know. I
Oh,
Oh, that seems to be my. Oh yeah, no, that'll send us there. Okay. I'm. I don't know. I'm dumb, so I'm trying them both, and I don't know where to land.
well, just find the one that's got your stream on it.
Yeah, yeah. Am I getting feedback? Am I causing feedback? Or...
I didn't hear it when I started. Let me I didn't hear it when I started. Oop, that probably came right back really loud. I apologize.
I'm suddenly hearing my own voice. I don't know what I did.
Oh, I can hear the feedback on the live stream. Okay, hold on. Let's see. That wasn't the case initially. Why would it do that?
I don't know.
Let's see.
You would think at this point you'd just be able to, press a few buttons and
That wasn't the case initially. Why would it do that?
have tools that would tell you what you were doing wrong. I don't know.
To do that.
I don't know.
Yeah, it is. Hmm. Hmm. Let me see. What happens if I... Let's see.
You would think at this point you'd just be able to, press a few buttons and
That wasn't the case initially. Why would it do that?
have tools. You fire the fool.
Let's delete window capture and then see what happens.
Okay.
Yeah, it is.
We.
Hmm. Hmm. Let me see.
You would think at this point you'd just be able to, press a few buttons and have tools. You fire the fool.
Let's delete window capture and then see what happens.
Okay.
Okay, can you speak for me?
I can. I will say really stupid things though, because I have nothing to say. So, shingles, Mercury is green, and
Okay, can you speak for me?
something dark side. Stupid things though, because I have nothing to say. So, shingles, Mercury is Luke, I am your Faja. Something dark side. Stupid things though, because I have nothing to say. So, shingles, Mercury is Luke, I am your Faja. Something dark
I
side.
can't. Okay, I can't.
Luke, I am
I'm
your
not
Faja.
hearing. I'm not hearing. Okay, I can't.
Feedback anymore?
Yeah.
Yay!
So if you want to
Hopefully
double
that
check,
means.
I am having a hard time getting your uh your audio up now though, because now it's totally dependent upon let me see
Oh.
what's going on here. So
Uh,
so
Let me see if there's tools for me to turn that up. I think there is.
because the only audio input capture I have is for my mic. I honestly I don't know. Oh, is it capturing? Is interesting. Okay. So even
What?
though I have it on capturing the WoW window,
Mm-hmm.
the audio capture is still capturing other like desktop sounds, including the Discord call.
Oh, that's weird.
I didn't expect that.
That
I have,
that that that
huh.
that is a thing.
Okay, well, I don't know how to turn that up specifically. Let me see. Uh, Game capture. Yeah, that's up all the way.
Okay. So I need to. I don't know. I guess I need to get
Oh, that's perfect.
the microphone closer to my mouth. That is the only
Yeah.
thing that
Oh, that's perfect.
the microphone closer to my mouth.
Yeah. Good job. That works.
Yeah, but now I have to hold it.
Oh, can you like
Uh,
just tape it to your mouth or something? Tape it to your face?
it's a little big for that. Let me see if I can switch the microphone that it's using.
Awesome.
Well, that's it. How do I sound now?
Still clear.
Okay. Am I louder?
You are louder. It's not as like the audio is not as crisp. It's slightly muffled, but it is loud.
C. Okay. Makes me want to play a little bit more.
It doesn't sound bad. Like I can hear you clearly.
Yeah, I mean, it's a good headset. It's just not the same good headset it was before.
Sure.
Oh, that the other isn't even showing up anymore. Okay, okay. Oh, I got it. Okay, yep. Because now I'm on the Open Shocks that my sister got me for Christmas. Or the Sony Shock, not Open Shock. Whee.
Yeah, it works well. I don't see a problem with it.
Yeah. The other was the cheap, the Yeti Blue Snowball, and
Oh, yeah, I know
yeah,
what you're talking about.
um, which was working perfectly well for a while. Oh, excuse me.
I mean, I never did the seeds. Oh my God, I just wasted days for no reason.
It the Blue Snowball was working well for a while, and then the stand that it was on, the base of it has um, it wasn't a solid peg. It was like they bent the they bent flat sheet metal around to make a peg to go into the hole on the base mount for like the swing arm, and so the weight of the mount and this microphone itself caused it to bend and tear the metal. So yeah, that was
Oh,
fun.
it tore the metal?
Yeah. Uh, like when you bend something back and forth over and over again,
Oh,
and over time it rips
created shear
away.
stress. Yeah.
Yep, shear force. Yep. And so now I don't have a thing for it, and it happened at a perfect time where my mom is between jobs, so I'm taking over more of the bills, and I'm unable to buy another mount that's got a better base.
Uh, Boy, that sucks. I'm sorry.
It's fine. It's life. It just makes it to where I have to choose between
how well you can hear me, and yeah, other specifics. Whee. So, what's the subject for tonight, other than testing?
So there's a couple things. So obviously right now I'm playing World of Warcraft. We
Mhm.
can talk about basically anything, but I wanted to start off with um, options like uh, role play writing, and any options like just gaming in general. We can also do anything about secular humanism. All of it is
Mhm.
um, kind of included, but wherever the conversation goes, I mean, we'll follow it.
Hmm. Well, the role play writing makes me think of. You mean like for like D&D?
Very similar, yeah. So, and it can be just straight up for D&D.
Mm-hmm.
Um, it can also be for specifically MMOs like WoW or other games. Um, you'd be uh, just straight up like typing it out, so you'd get a little bit more time, um,
Yeah.
as opposed to when you're like playing a tabletop game, you're usually doing it in real time, and that's a little harder to
Hmm.
do. Uh, Although you can also have the option to just kind of do that with WoW as well. Just it's very compatible, I would say. You can do um, I would say that with WoW, you can set it up where there doesn't necessarily have to be a um, a game master.
Hmm.
You can have it so that you like take at least two characters, so you and another player, and you can think of a setting, a scenario, you know, just something that
Yeah.
you're dropping them into together. And it doesn't have to be guided. You can, if it's a first meeting, then think of a
Mhm.
scenario where the characters are meeting together for the first time and how they would react to each other. So you would have your initial uh, setup of why your character is there, and then that person has their initial setup of why their character is there, and you put them together and you play off of each other, one post at a time, back and
Yeah.
forth, to see exactly where it goes. Um, and the goal each time you write is to write it in such a way where it can, it's enough of a prompt for your um, role play partner to, decide where to go with it. Um,
It's yeah, I have done this actually, although
yeah.
mostly in a certain manner that is not YouTube friendly.
Uh, yeah, that certainly exists in WoW roleplay as well.
Hmm.
Oh no. Did I just. Oh, phew. I thought I disconnected. So, right now,
Hmm.
what I'm doing is I've got to set up some wild seeds that take, the longest one takes 3 days to grow.
Oh,
And I've got to do some careful planning, or else I just wasted 3 days like I did now, thinking that I
oh
had
no.
planted them already. Okay, so I don't have Sable, and I don't have Bright Scale Hatchling either. So it will be worth it to put 2 of the rare seeds in. So let me get one that has 2 rare seeds. Um, but I've only got one that'll go up to 3, and that's not going to be helpful right now because for some reason, using 3 of the rare wild seeds does the same as 2. That seems like such a waste.
That's lovely.
I know there's not very much context with this, but
I mean, I've seen games I'm just not big into. Oh, no, please tell me I didn't just tear down my camp. I just tore down my camp. Damn it.
uh,
I'm not live, but I am playing Red Dead 2. I was like, I will just. I mean, mostly I'm just hunting in the game. I'm not doing the thing where you spend the rest of time on chapter 2, but what I am doing is the thing where you spend a ton of time over leveling things and like because like there's so many ways to make your camp nicer in
uh-huh.
this.
I know what you mean.
And I'm like, when I played through it the other time, it was a rush job. I was playing on my friend's account. I was basically homeless, living with him, and it was either play the game quickly or not at all. And so I played the game quickly. And
Mm.
it just, like, this time I'm like, I want to see if I can get a good stock up for playing through this. And I'm not doing the worst. I'm not doing the best either, but I'm not doing the worst. I have a feeling that there's some stuff that I'm just not going to end up being able to do because, like, um, mostly when you come across predators, it is as they're, eating your face. So, despite the fact that the game has it where you can, uh, like you're supposed to study the animal, and it's like, yeah, I'm not gonna study a mountain lion as it rips my face off. I'm going to try
There's no way
and
to
put as many bullets in it as possible.
there's no way to like sneak up on it.
I mean, there are ways to sneak up on them. The trouble is that unless you are very skilled and taking a lot of time, chances are it noticed your existence before you noticed it.
Um, I see.
Yeah. So it's mostly just that I'm not the best of gamers in the world. I am a leisurely gamer mostly.
Yeah, I know what you mean. That's what I'm doing right now.
Oh, I'm like, hey, I'm here to enjoy myself, be laid back. And they're like, hey, do you want to spend 10 days tracking this one animal? And I'm going, no. I am not, in fact, playing Cabela game. I think it's Cabela's. One of those lovely hunting games. I think
Huh.
even if you're playing those, they make the game pop for you quite often. Because even they know that you don't want to spend all your time waiting for the animal to show up. They're like, nah, you want to shoot the animal, not wait 3 days for it. And Rockstar said, listen, we are going to make somebody's full-time job for a few months to get 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 horses correct anatomically, including how they react to cold weather.
I see we've got some people who joined us in chat. I don't know when. I was so focused on trying to make sure that everything was going well. Um,
Ooh.
but we had two people join us in chat. We've got
Oh,
Lena
hey.
and Scotty.
Yeah. Lena Lena was the one who was like, send me the link and I will watch. So here's Lena.
Yeah, thanks for joining,
True to her
guys.
word. I'm sorry you have to hear my voice. Uh, there's nothing I can do about that, though.
Hey, you're here because we want to hear your voice.
No, they're here because they want to hear your voice.
I don't know. I don't think they joined uh just for this little nerdy voice.
Uh, I'll behave.
Okay, so I think I did everything there. I don't have I can't enable timestamps on because the only way I can see it is on my phone. The live chat
Mhm.
is on my phone because I don't have sadly I don't have dual monitors. I'd love to be able to have dual monitors.
I would too, but if I do a dual monitor, I have to give up the screen that I'm gaming on. Yeah, you can see my
Thanks.
conundrum.
Thanks, Scotty. Glad you're here for WoW. That's all what we're all really here for.
Ah, okay. Yes. Oh.
Of
Uh,
course. I know if your joke is especially cruel, Scotty, uh that means that you might mean it with love. Probably like I don't know, like 65, 70% meant with love. Whenever someone asks me about how I feel about the game and everything, and they're like, "Oh, I miss playing it, or do you recommend it? I always say it's not worth the money. And that might lead you to ask, hey, Vic, why the hell are you playing the game if it's not worth the money? Um, that's uh, that's because I have very little else to do as far as recreational time goes. And it's like the quickest, um, most like compatible way to be able to like start. I can just start up the game quickly and then mindlessly get into things when I have a brain fog, which is very often with my chronic fatigue. So, um, I do like I I do benefit from it in that regard. But unless you have a really unique situation where you're not it's not going to be a huge financial drain, um, then like and you like this sort of game, obviously, uh, which it does. I mean, you can get lost in the timing for a lot of this, especially depending on your interests. So, if you have any sort of interests that would be seasonal, where things are essentially like divided week by week, and you're like competing with others, that that can get really dangerous. You can lose a lot of time. Um, you can lose your sanity. There's a
Your
big reason
what?
why. Your sanity.
Never
Uh,
heard of it.
uh, I don't know, 5 out of 10. I don't know if I'd recommend, but it's for people who are really into PvP and get like competitive on WoW. Like, there's just no way I can't do that. Yeah, I know what you mean, Scotty. He did nothing but dailies for the last 6 months he played 15 years ago. Yeah. Um, I mean, hell, that's kind of what I'm doing right now is like daily stuff, and it's not current content. I'm doing older content to get more mounts because I want to up my mount count and get specific achievements. Um, I just also happen to enjoy the what's the word I'm looking for? Like you don't really need to think about it too much.
Mhm.
Um, like it's not like Mythic. So I've run Mythic Plus before, which is like a timed thing. You do high level dungeons um at increasing levels of difficulty and you know like less time, and it's like when I'm doing it with someone who's already my friend, I can enjoy it, but alone it's just not enjoyable for me at all. I'm not a competitive person. You know, for me, it's always about the journey, not about the destination.
You are describing me every time I jump on an MMO.
Yeah, Exactly.
Like, I've been dragged into so many MMOs by friends, and I'm just like, I'm bored. And they're like, or well, I'm like, I feel like I'm being dragged, and they're like, okay, then why don't you play when we're not on and like level up your character and stuff? And I'm like, because I'm only on it to play this game with you. That's
Mhm.
it. And yeah, it ends up with just not not playing.
Scotty did Scotty did 40-man raids before cross server existed. Uh, I look, a lot of people like seem to get this nostalgic haze about those days when everything was super local and you were like forced to join these massive raiding guilds that had this like push to be the best competition all the time. Like, I don't miss those days. It it's not like I don't find that fun. I don't find it fun when people are like, you know, you need to like step up to this level or you're not in our community anymore. Like that's not me.
Yeah, I was playing a Civil War game on my phone that's like a Ebony clone, and because I wasn't keeping up, they decided that I was a spy from another clan
What?
and booted me. And I'm like, okie day. And then,
Spy. That sounds like so
um,
much work.
yeah, I know. Like you're not only having to play your thing, but you have to play a second one and kind of build it in order to. But yeah, no, they farmed me for a while until finally I was like, you know what? Whatever. I'll go join the enemy crew. And I join it, and when I get there, one of the first things I find out is that the person who got me kicked out for being a spy was the damn spy.
Of course. The super what's the term? Like Among Us sort of thing, where the
Yeah,
spy accuses others.
sus. Or I don't know. I didn't play Among Us.
Yeah, Red looking super sus right now.
I I was one of those what do they call them? Essential workers, and it definitely made it stick in my mind to this day. I remember that what made me an essential worker, like there were other projects at the company. It was like a phone line thing, pretty laid back and chill though. But guess what made me an essential worker was that I was taking property taxes for a few counties in Texas.
Property property tax. Did you say property taxes in Texas? Does that
Yes.
make you an essential worker?
Yep.
Interesting.
And I'm sitting there and I'm going, is this essential?
Stars Reach. I will look up Stars Reach. Scotty mentioned it. It's a sandbox MMORPG. It's like it's sci-fi.
I've never heard of it.
Oh,
Okay.
Oh, it's a Kickstarter thing. It looks like.
Oh. That explains why I haven't heard of it.
Yeah, I tend not to get into Kickstarter stuff. When it comes to MMOs, I tend to avoid sci-fi. That's just a personal thing. I like the idea, like a sandbox MMO. If it were more and I see why they did it. They did sci-fi. It gives you more like you can adventure more places. You're not limited to one planet. And it looks like there's a lot of like terraforming. So yeah, I totally get it. It justifies the gameplay.
Yeah.
I think though that I'm more of like a medieval setting type of person.
A woman
Medieval
after my
fantasy.
own heart. I love I've had like several rants over the last few days over like Lord of the Rings and things that people level at it that aren't entirely as true as they think. Like if you actually talk to, or if you actually engage with Tolkien's papers and beyond Lord of the Rings, the book itself, you find out things like he did not view the what are they, like the goblins, I forgot what, damn, I'm blanking on what they're called. I remember Urukai, but I can't.
That's what I was gonna guess.
I remember Urukai, but not the orcs. It's more Urukai were a type of them. Okay, they're a type of orc, yeah.
May I have your name? May you reap what you've sown.
Holy evil.
Try not to die. Well, I think that's unfair.
In fact, what?
Well, I think that's unfair.
That they're viewed as holy evil?
Well, yeah.
Tolkien would agree with you. That's why he didn't make it that way, but people view it that way.
So there was actually a full-on like drama debate between Michael Jones from Inspiring Philosophy and goodness, his name escapes me. Rationality Rules.
Okay.
But I've forgotten his name. Anyway, the guy who runs Rationality Rules. And it's because Michael Jones from Inspiring Philosophy had brought up how the Canaanites were like the orcs from Lord of the Rings, and that they were just pure evil. And so it was okay to just, genocide them. And oh, hey, Stephanie's here.
We are honored.
Elves
Hi, Stephanie.
that are.
Hey,
Hello, Stephanie.
See ya.
Rationality Rules is Stephen Woodford.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
You're welcome.
Can I fangirl a tiny bit?
Talking about.
Yeah.
Stephanie's here. Oh my god. Okay, I'm done now. I promise.
Good to see you.
Stephanie is awesome.
Yeah, I do appreciate that. I really do. Anybody who says I don't need an ego boost from time to time is a fucking liar.
Always lovely to chat with you. I saw you were call screening today, looked like.
I was indeed call screening today. And it was, orthodonture, I think, is the perfect thing. There weren't many people calling in, and but that was okay. There was this one dude, I think his name was Dennis, in chat, who was making an ass of himself, and he decided, to his credit, Morgan said, Morgan had closed the lines, and I'm sitting there, cool. And Morgan goes, I'm going to open the line just for you.
Yeah, and he called in.
He called in, and it's like game on. It's like he would.
Okay, I mean, like, not impressed otherwise, but
there aren't many of those people that'll do it, and it doesn't usually work. I've been holding line open for you, and Arden's done that in the past, and usually the way it works is they open the lines, and all these people that aren't them call in instantly. It's like, and so you're sitting there going, is this so and so? 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 Is it so and so? Is this so and so? You get into a rhythm, click, hang up, click, hang up, click, hang up. It's the behind the scenes shit in some of this is just, it's crazy. It's crazy.
The best was when Arden was like, if you call in and you are not the person I'm holding the line for, I will ban you for 24 hours. If you wanted to call in tomorrow,
well, that's it. She won't do shit. That's my job.
She was
Don't tell on her.
Your authority.
Don't tell on her.
No. It was all good. But she wasn't sure whether I was still in the back of the house, and but she was making it clear that was the deal.
Yeah.
Ooh.
It's kind of like this morning, like Professor Pinkie Pie was there, and I'm like, were we gonna tell him to go away with this sock and come back with a real one, or what?
Oh,
Professor
see, I had to miss
Pinkie
the
Pie?
beginning. It was like Professor Pinkle.
No,
Um,
he was actually
Oh.
there only at the end. He didn't come for the beginning.
Oh, is this
huh.
on the daily morning
Yeah,
show?
Yeah.
Vic and I can
Yeah.
talk about it another time. Don't worry. We can. No worries.
No, that's fine. No,
I-
that's fine. That's fine. That's fine. I can never catch that. Yeah, that's good.
I'm normally asleep during it.
I
I'm lucky. I'm on the
normally-
East Coast, so it's at 9 to 11 for me, which is perfect.
I'm on the
man, I
same
wish.
coast. I'm just asleep.
I'm on the
You're
same
just a
coast,
sleepyhead.
and I was either doing other things for the most. I've caught a few, but I haven't been able to catch many. But now that I'm working, I can't catch any, and
You know, it's one
I'm
of
glad
those.
you're
I
working.
mean, it's very
I
much
am
a
too.
morning
God damn it!
show. You don't have to catch all of them. You don't have to catch any of them. You catch one
Yeah.
or two here and there, and you'll enjoy it as much as if you catch it every day. I mean, that's the whole point of it. It's just a
Oh,
cheerful, fun sort of boost if you
it's
can
got
tune
goats.
in
The
or
best
not.
part about it is it's got
Right.
goats.
Light a
Damn
candle,
straight.
This
lit
is true.
flame.
Y'all
I've heard you can
probably
also
don't
catch it not
remember.
live.
Yes.
Yeah,
You
you
can
can always
watch it
catch
later.
I have caught a few not live, at least some. You probably don't remember the Iraq War and build up to all of that.
Mm.
There was
I
this
was
guy
young,
back in the
but I
day.
remember.
Yeah, there was this guy, and there was the internetosphere was sort of all about blogs at the time. And there was this guy, Mickey Kaus, Kaus, who was a blogospheric pundit, and I think he had a few gigs in in other than online media. And he was one of the sort of neo-lib type guys who would say, it would be irresponsible to speculate about Barack Obama's birthplace and shit like this. And somebody at one point said, I think it was a late lamented blogger, Media Horse Online, which, by the way, is just a marvelous name, who said, I've heard it said that Mickey Kaus blows goats. It would be irresponsible not to speculate. The poor guy got tagged with that for forever. Certainly in my own mind, nobody will ever mention the guy's name without my thinking about Mickey Kaus blowing a goat.
I mean, it was. Look, I can totally get his concern. I mean, the whole like birther movement was ridiculous and so thinly veiled. I mean, it's like he was like, I think he's from Kenya. It's like, okay, why don't you just say I'm a racist? You might as well. And I do appreciate his White House Correspondents Center joke on it, where he's like, I'm finally revealing the video of my birth, and he showed the Lion King.
Yeah, that was funny. What I won't forgive Obama for is mocking Donald Trump, because that set this whole fucking thing off, as far as I can tell.
I think it was a catalyst. I don't think it. I think it just sped things up. I don't think it.
I'm being facetious. I'm not
Yeah.
serious. but god damn it, you know.
Sounds about right.
But I am mightily gobsmacked that the American people are as stupid as they are, as we are. You know, I'll take it on myself. I'm an American person, but my God, how stupid can people be?
I definitely so I as we were things were leading up to the election, I specifically had said, given how um insular these communities, the online communities are, it was so difficult for me to tell what the nation as a whole uh was swaying towards. Um
Mhm.
and
I
like
was,
obviously
yeah.
I knew the positions that existed, but I didn't know like what the majority opinion was. And so imagine my surprise when I saw the majority opinion.
Yeah, you
In
know, the thing that's really
2016,
weird. Yeah,
sorry.
go ahead. No, keep going, keep going. In 2016, you're
Yeah, in
right on the
2016,
timeline. Keep going.
I was shocked. I was shook to my very core
Mhm.
that Donald Trump won. I was it was like an entire paradigm shift. It was inconceivable. This time, it was just like, well, that sucks.
Yeah.
This time, I'm actually angrier because people should have known, and not only should people have known, but the Democrats should have known
Oh, I'm
that it
angrier.
doesn't
I'm just
do
less
any.
surprised.
Okay, I'm really a lot angrier. I c- I was very much afraid in 2016 that it wasn't going to happen because Hillary wasn't the right person for the moment, really. I mean,
No, they
and
should have chosen
and
Bernie.
and the
Bernie would
Demo-
have
and
won.
the Democrat and the Democratic Party. The Democratic Party's problem has been being too polite, not being willing to kick people in the balls. They need to.
Absolutely.
You cannot stand for anything if you just back off of everything. You know,
Though,
when people ask you to say what are your principles and you refuse to answer, like where do you stand on genocide? Where do you stand on people's rights? Where do you stand it? And
well,
you don't do it. Oh well, you know, isn't it a shame that all those little brown people over there are getting fucking massacred? Yes, it's a shame. What do we do about that? Do we do anything about that, or we just stand around with our thumbs up our ass and go tisk tisk tisk?
I think that's why
I mean,
democracy has failed in this country. A two-party system is inherently unsupportable because one will become the big umbrella group and one will become the small umbrella group. And the small umbrella group is always going to win.
no, but
Oh,
I'm not sure that's true. I hear you, but I'm not sure that's true. I think that I think that that um, I think that sometimes events crystallize and sharpen the focus of people. But I think that the Democrats, in over the course of look, really, over the course of the past 40 years, have really missed the message. You know, you've got to stand
Totally
for
unfocused.
something. You can't just keep giving up. That when you think, when you read FDR's or even or listen, better yet, listen to FDR's Madison Square Garden speech in 1930. What's it? 1936, running for president, second term. When he says about all of the programs, you know, introduce Social Security, this, that, and the other thing, and how people of great wealth, which of course he was a member of that class, people of great wealth hate me for these things that I'm doing, and I welcome their hatred. That's what you do. You know, you make yourself the lightning rod. You don't ask the people that are suffering and dying to be the lightning rod. And that's what Kamala did. And that's what happened after November. All of a sudden, it wasn't their fault. As a matter of fact, it was their fault. The people that are on the front lines, the people that are being attacked, it's their fault because we paid too much attention to them.
Except they didn't even, but it doesn't matter.
They didn't. Yeah. Except they didn't even. And that's the point. Everybody knows they didn't even.
Yeah.
Well, except for those who were listening to opposition media.
I
mean,
I don't know how
you
to.
have
I don't
you
know
have
how
a
we can get
fucking.
back from here.
The only way to get back from here is well, have you been watching Bernie's going? What you need to do is do what Bernie Sanders is doing and AOC is doing,
But Bernie Sanders is starting to become a savior, and he's real old.
He's not a savior. He can be the person, the elder statesman, but other people have to start stepping up here.
Well,
and there need to be
I'm not seeing that.
people need
That's what I'm worried about.
I'll just say this for people who worry about whether or not, you know, they're qualified to run a campaign. That's not even a question anymore.
There's that. Buttercup Dragon would be a better president than the Cheeto.
Yeah, exactly. Just tell yourself if you've got enough. Look, anybody who wants to run for public office has a hell of a lot of ego, and you know they're going to put themselves out there.
Dubious, you know. I mean, she's like, as long as I have brooches, I'm cool.
If you want some pointers on how to run a great campaign, look up Vermin Supreme.
Oh yes, well, the Vermin Supreme.
I thought you would know who he is.
Well, I said I would join another chat here, in the next little while. So I'm gonna say goodbye. But Stephanie, I truly am. I'm like, seriously, you're kind of like. I'm sorry to fangirl a little bit again, but you're Stephanie.
Well, thank you so much for joining us, Miss Onsek, and you know, you're always welcome in here. And I hope you have fun.
Thanks, my beloved lovey love. I will talk to you again, obviously, tomorrow. We talk every day. I love you so much. You're my
Yes,
best.
I love
Thank
you.
you for the
You're
kind
my
words.
best.
Thanks so much for the kind words a lot.
You
And
really,
Robin
you're such an
Webster's.
icon, honestly. I don't know if you know, but you are such an icon.
You must be joking.
No, I am not. I'm not the only one who thinks this. I have talked to other people about this.
You are a community staple, for sure.
Exactly. Don't
This is
even
not a
deny it.
lie.
Well, there's another one in the audience. There's Robin Webster down there.
Oh, I didn't even see that. Yeah, she can come on up.
Yeah.
Here we go. I didn't hear the notification go off. Hi, Robin. Good to see you.
So sorry, I didn't see you either. I'm heading out, but yes, we are so blessed. We have the best minds
Yes.
in the
And
community,
me.
I feel like.
For reasons.
Well, not me
Jesus.
either, but like other people. We just have some really brilliant people in this community.
This is
and
true.
I am just so I really am very lucky to be part of this community full of such smart people, and I appreciate
Oh,
everybody.
Miss Non Sequitur, you made such good arguments the other day. I mean, you really did good
Oh, thank
on that
you.
our stream. Hey, Steph,
Hey, Robin.
are we? If we're praising Stephanie. I want to join.
Oh, absolutely. I was totally fangirling. I have oh well, I won't say I have a crush, but I kind of do a little bit.
Oh, I appreciate
So
it.
I'm gonna say goodnight before I get
Good
too
night.
embarrassing. So talk to you later.
Have a lovely night.
All right. I got to step up for some fresh air here.
Yeah.
The
What you
perils
doing,
of-
Jester?
I'm playing Red Dead Redemption 2 and hunting and trying not to horrify all of Vic's guests.
I think we'll do that to you before you do that to us.
You do not know my history.
Yeah? Well, same goes for me.
I know this. I just have a high tolerance for real life horror. I will get sick, but I will mostly just be like, oh, good. I think it was Stephanie who I first heard the way that I took Trump's re-entry into it. When she just went, I think her phrasing was, "Here we go back around the merry-go-round again."
Oh yeah. Except
And
merry-go-round, it'd be more like the wheel of hell.
Wheel of torture.
it was her perfect level of sarcasm, tinged with absolutely deadpan being correct about it.
The
Where you're just
funniest
like, yep.
jokes are the truest ones.
I think Stephanie pretty much was spot on when she was like predicting that he was gonna win.
Yeah.
He was gonna what?
He was gonna win. Stephanie kind of like
I was with my sister in 16 on the phone with my sister, and we were watching the burns, and it's like, oh no,
You're,
oh no, oh no.
I'm
Oh
sorry,
no.
Steph. You're
And
too
so,
far away
and
from
my
the
sister,
mic.
I
We
know,
can't
I
hear you.
know, I know, I know I am. But yeah, my sister, we were, I was, we were having a late night phone call and listening to the returns, and it was like in 2008 we were crying because if you don't know, my sister's 15 years older than me, and she was a civil rights worker in the South. She was one of those, Massachusetts girls who went down to the South and worked in Augusta, Georgia, in a settlement house. And her husband to be was on the Edmund Pettus Bridge. These were people who really fought, and when Barack won that election, it was just tears of joy. And 8 years later, it was like watching Bull Connor walk into the White House. And when Virginia went for Trump, it was like, oh shit, it's over. Oh no.
Well, I'm thinking about it.
Oh no.
I would say Bull Connor was fucking far more probably intelligent than Trump. I mean, like the clown version of Bull Connor. It just.
Bull Connor, I wouldn't credit him with a great deal of intelligence, that guy.
Well, he don't have to be smarter than Trump. Like,
about 10 cents of intelligence.
There's a very marginal amount that's necessary to be ahead of Trump. Like, what about today when they gave away secrets, like they sent the
Isn't
reporters?
Isn't that incredible?
Isn't
that incredible?
It's all about what was it? Competence. What was it they said when they got rid of DI? They wanted competence. Yeah, competence. Wasn't that it? That is competence.
Yeah. When you
I think somebody mentioned integrity. I don't know how they can pronounce that word, but I think somebody said specifically they wanted integrity.
Yeah, and competence.
Oh, come on. Integrity? Integrity?
As I said, I don't know how they can pronounce the word.
They're still wanting. That's all I can say. They're still wanting.
You're saying the Trump administration said they want integrity?
Yeah.
They don't know the definition clearly.
Their definition of integrity is people that agree with us, and
yes.
They try to make that sound like deep thought, but it's not at all.
I guess they think it's a synonym for loyalty.
Yeah.
I love deep thought. The idea of deep thought. I don't think that motherfucker. The only deep thought he might have ever been was like if he was like at a real low altitude.
Well, no, I just think it's incredible that and I also think that putting who's the editor of the Atlantic? What's the guy's name? I can't remember. But they included the guy. They included the guy on their little signal chat.
The one they sent the one they sent the war plans to. Shit. His name was
I can't remember his name. He's the executive editor of the Atlantic Monthly, and that's such. It looks so much like Fed posting, and the guy basically said it. Look, I think this was a form of entrapment, and when they broke this, he did everything in his power to make sure. Okay, I'm gonna tell the White House, hey, I think you made a mistake here, including me in this signal chat, because I don't think you really want. You were counting on me to break this story. I'm not going to break this story, but.
And so, what did the White House say?
Well, did you see Trump's statement on what happened?
When I saw it, Trump was in the middle of his speech with the Louisiana governor, and they were asking him about it, and he was so stupid he didn't understand it. He was like,
He
well,
said he didn't.
obviously,
This is the first I've heard about it, and it's like,
yeah,
dude.
and it must not have been that bad. He said that must not have been that bad because it went well, like the bombing or something. I don't know. It was like he wasn't even grasping the concept of what they were telling him had happened. Is what I was.
Right. No, he wasn't grasping the concept of what happened.
Which is normal for him.
But he started off saying how much he hated the Atlantic, and how much he hated this guy, and he's like a loony and just trying to drum up trouble. But it wasn't. Well, yeah, okay, but if there's a guy who's a commie bastard, why are you giving him the fucking jewels? Why are you giving him the crown jewels? Why are you putting him on a goddamn signal? Why are you using signal?
Yeah,
Are you
for
kidding me?
war plans.
Why are you using signal? What's going on here?
I mean, who else got them?
Yeah, well, who has everybody's fucking social security number and bank deposit information? Elon Musk. I mean, Christ.
Well, I mean, I don't know what he's going to do with my bank information. He has a couple $1 billion, and I have like
Steal
12.
your money? Yeah, but he doesn't care. He's going to steal your money, man. It's like motherfuckers wants to steal your money. I don't see what the.
I'm not counting on Elon Musk thinking he has enough money.
No, but I mean, I just don't see it. It would be more trouble than it's worth to steal mine. Just
fair. But still, even if it's more trouble than it's worth, you're still out of your money. That's the problem.
I'll go steal me a Tesla.
I mean, why? It'll just get trashed.
I love that. I love the other thing is, and I know, being somewhat familiar with the construction of composite materials, at least in the fabric world, I know what they did. They underspec everything. It's just like his fucking rockets, underspec. It's like nope. The panels are falling off your goddamn truck because you didn't understand that this adhesive does not hold up under real life conditions, and so your fenders are flying off your vehicles. It's like, fuck.
I have to push back against that slightly. I don't understand why there was adhesive involved at all.
Oh, I can tell you that. The adhesive is there because of most of the composite. Most of the elements of an electric vehicle are composite, and they do rely on adhesive. The idea is to keep vehicle weight down as low as possible. So most of the molded products on an electric vehicle are not aluminum, but they're composite, right?
Yeah,
because composites are lighter, and that's how you get rid of vehicle weight.
Yeah, you don't use screws.
Right.
That kind of disturbs me, but I'm somebody who prefers fantasy to sci-fi, so it does track that I would just, yeah.
You
No, I
But,
mean there are adhesives that just aren't up to the task, and you say, well, that's not
yeah,
the right
no,
stuff to use.
it just scares me that it's adhesives, and
Next time you're driving beside one of them cars, I wouldn't hang out for a real long time right there, like side by side.
I mean, I try to stay away from especially the Teslas, uh, but I'm already in South Carolina, so it's not like anyone knows how to drive here to begin with. But,
Well,
especially we had a few weeks ago, we had snow, land
oh
on the
dear,
ground,
that's
and
not good. That's not good.
Hey, y'all didn't have like Memphis one time. Look,
This
Memphis
is
one time it snowed, and Memphis had two black guys standing in the back of a pickup truck shoveling salt out on the road.
I
That was their salt truck.
well,
no,
the
no, we
the
didn't even have that. No, no, nobody got any salt. Uh,
weather here today would have been a statewide emergency in South Carolina. I can guarantee.
I,
And
I, I
actually,
believe you.
there was a terrible coming back from Biddeford. There was just somebody really racked up, destroyed their vehicle, somehow or
Mhm.
another by sliding off the road. It's like,
Oh, good
dude,
job.
yeah, it was not good.
I
And
mean,
in
Not a good thing
Houston
to see.
today, I'm like subscribed to Houston channel, and Houston had like a load of cows that got out of a trailer,
Yes,
and
we were just
they were
talking
like
about that today.
yeah
I,
they were like running all over the day on I-45.
yes, so I live uh right off of I-45, and
Oh God.
there was essentially there was a helicopter following the cow high speed
Yeah.
chase.
There was like 10 cows. There's 10 cows that got out off the trailer, and they were like chasing them everywhere. I was watching that and dying laughing. That's the worst city that I've ever drove in, and I've drove in most big cities in America. And
Yeah,
Houston is the worst. That's what I
yeah,
always
do
say.
know.
It's the
Houston's
worst.
just Houston's
I
large.
believe you.
I
It's
I
terrible.
definitely don't recommend it.
No, it's
Um,
terrible. I had people who tried to pass me like on get on ramps. You know what I mean? I drive a big truck. And like I would be getting on the interstate, and there were people actually trying to pass me on the ramp, and I've never had that before. And I was like, "There is no way you are getting on this ramp and passing me. You're just out of your mind." But
I definitely have
and
never
how
seen
many
that
of them
before.
passed you?
huh?
And how many of them passed you?
None passed me.
Okay,
No, none.
okay.
Because it was impossible to pass.
Yeah,
Robin
yeah.
doesn't work. Nope, ain't gonna happen. No.
I learned how to block a long time ago, but I had never had anybody try to pass me on a get on ramp before. I mean, I was like, "What the hell do you think you're doing?" That's not happening.
I will
I
say
was just
so.
asking because I lived
It's
in Houston too.
it defies rationality because when there's such a thing as the tonnage rule. We go by this when we're motoring. It doesn't matter whether you have the right of way. If the vessel that you're about to hit or that is about to hit you can't stop or maneuver, and you should take the you know take the discretion part of valor and do that thing because it's not going to be good for either you or the other thing. And so you can't stop a freighter in a sailboat. It's like you get out of the way. Fuck it.
Hey,
It's not how I
Stephanie,
thought the tonnage rule worked, but yeah.
it means I weigh a ton more than you, several tons more than you. But I've had people tell me that a truck should be able to stop quicker because we have 18 brakes.
Oh, Christ.
Yeah, that's a dumb way to think.
Yeah.
Dumb ways to die.
Milk
Yep.
trucks especially stop twice anyway. There's the brake
It
stop,
literally-
and then you got the stop after the brake stop.
It literally takes almost a mile for a tanker, for an oil tanker to alter course.
Well, I'll tell you,
Sufficiently. Slow down and alter course to avoid a collision. You're not, if you can see it, you'd better be aware of where the guy's going.
Yeah, I always thought the tonnage rule was if was to ask yourself, if I hit this, which one of us will die?
yeah. I will say, like, disc brakes made like all the difference in the world on stopping like milk tankers. Disc brakes, like, there's no comparison to what a trailer with disc brakes will do compared to a regular brakes. It's unreal.
I believe you.
It is. It's unbelievable. You can stop in like half the distance, probably, at least, maybe more, maybe less than half. I mean, more than half. I had like, my boss bought me a brand new trailer one year, and then he made me give it up because it was so big that somebody else needed it. And then he ordered me another one the same size. The first one had disc brakes. The second one, because that driver kept having trouble with disc brakes, he ordered it with just regular brakes on it. So he gave me that one. And I told him, I kept telling him, I said, there's nothing wrong with those brakes. They're awesome. I said, it's that driver. And come find out, it really was that driver. And but it was like that trailer would stop in like half the distance that mine would. And they were the same size, identical size.
So I have a quick question for you, Robin.
Yeah, go ahead.
Have you ever driven through Boston?
Yes.
How was your experience?
Actually, well, let's see. I think it was outside Boston when I did this, but I drove down the trolley track once. Like, but it was around Boston. There was like I came to a place on, like, I got off and I could see the entrance to the interstate, and there was a trolley track that just run down through there, but the road would have actually sent me going the wrong way, and so I sat there for a long time, and I just jammed on it and started shifting gears and went down the trolley track, and it was like
wow.
But it wasn't very far, you know what I mean? And so I kept looking for a trolley for a light because it was night. So yeah.
Wow. Well, I'm glad you made it.
I'm trying to remember if I drove right in Boston. I don't know if I don't know if I drove right in Boston because I don't think you're allowed to go in Boston, are you? I can't remember. Like, some cities you're not allowed to drive right in the city, like Atlanta.
With an 18-wheeler, you mean?
Yeah, unless you have a delivery inside the town. You know, like, you have to have a delivery inside. Like DC, you're not allowed to drive inside of DC unless you have a delivery in DC.
That's interesting.
I
didn't think about that.
I think I'm about 14 wheels unqualified to speak on that.
Well, so the reason why I asked was because I've driven through Houston a couple of times, and it's never fun. It's always pretty stressful. You know, people are always right. Like you can't put room between yourself and another car, you know, because
Mhm.
people end up tailgating you,
Yeah.
and they'll just cut right in. Uh, so like there was a joke made that every time you try to put uh, a car length or more between yourself and the car in front of you, eventually you'll end up backing up trying to uh, trying to make room because people keep cutting in front of
Yeah.
you.
Yeah, they do real
So
bad if you're a truck. If you're a truck
Yep.
and you, yeah.
yeah, it's no fun. Like I mean, I can't imagine people wanting to do that with a huge ass vehicle. That's just ridiculous. But um, so yeah, it's always a little stressful. It's not fun. But I've been through Houston enough that I get the idea. Um,
Well, that's
and usually
everywhere. Like you know, I mean, people are just like,
yeah, that's just kind of the case with heavy traffic areas, especially in cities. But I've never had like near death experiences. In Boston, I um I did have a near death experience where there was it was like a how do I describe it? So it was like there were two roads that independently were curving in towards the same it was like two on ramps almost, except it
Mhm.
was just a flat road. It wasn't like, you know, it wasn't like a highway or anything. Um and they were like two independently curved. The streets were so weird in Boston. And I know it's because, you know,
oh,
it's an old place. Um
yeah.
so, you know, uh
The thing I would
sorry.
say about the only thing about Houston that I would say about that is because everybody drives like really fast in Houston.
Yes,
Like
absolutely.
everything is happening at really high speed. Like like in
Yes.
places like Boston and like New York City and places like that, you can't most of the time the traffic is not moving at 85 or 90 mile an hour. And in Houston, it always is. You know what I mean?
Yes.
It's like unless it's standing still, it's moving at 90 mile an hour. You know what I mean? It's
Yeah.
like,
Well, and so that's essentially what happened in Boston, which shocked me because they don't have high speed uh, roads there. But for some reason, um, for some reason, on this dual like merge lane situation where each road is separated, so you couldn't as you're merging, you couldn't there was like a median in between, and
yeah,
they would both merge onto the same road. And there was a yield for the merge lane adjacent, so on the furthest side. Um, but that didn't seem to matter. I mean, when does it? Um,
yeah.
and
You like to the left.
uh, yeah, it was like well, so it was the merge lane on my left that was coming up.
Yeah,
Um, that still had the median in between us, and they both roads would merge onto the same. Both lanes merged onto the same road, and when uh, I'm going, you know, the speed limit, obviously, but this other car that's coming out from this outermost um, merge lane despite having yield, that didn't matter. They were going like over 70 miles an hour, flying like a bat out of hell, and almost slammed right into me. And I couldn't stop because there was a car like right up against my ass. Um, and so I had to, thankfully, this happened when there was enough room onto the road that we were merging. There were like a couple lanes, so I could swerve out of the way. But it was the scariest near accident I've ever had because um, it was probably the fastest near collision I've had.
Mhm.
The only time I was uh, more stressed out was when, despite being like, I don't know, like 8 car lengths away from an 18-wheeler, um, I was in the adjacent lane, and that was just not a good a good position because their uh, their retreads blew out,
Oh
and
yeah,
were flying straight at me.
yeah. Never like I see there's so many people like will get right at the back of my trailer, like like right the right there, and then they'll ride there, and that is just no. Like anytime you're around 18-wheeler, just get around them and go on. You know what I mean? Because they could blow a tire out at any time, and it's going to come right at you. And even like my mom and dad had the whole wheel came off of a tractor trailer one day, and like hit like
Wow.
4 cars, like bounced. It bounced and it hit one other car and another car, and then it bounced and hit my mom and dad's car, and then it hit another car,
Oh,
and it was the whole wheel, tire and all. You know what I mean? It was like it just came off the rim. I mean, come off the not the rim, but the axle.
yeah.
Because
Pipes.
yeah, so it was like yeah, it was bad. And he kept on going too. He didn't even stop. Which Dad said he thought it was a car hauler, but he just wasn't paying any attention to it. You know what I mean? He was driving along, not paying any attention to it, what kind of truck it was, until the wheel came off, and then he didn't have time to even look. But he thought it was
Sure.
a car hauler. But you never
Uh,
want to ride. Like I have so many vehicles that ride like right beside me. Or right like they'll ride right back there at the back of my trailer. They'll do that. They'll never pass you. They'll just sit there and ride like that. And I've
Goodness.
learned my way of handling that is I kind of start swerving over a little bit. I like hug that line a little bit. And when you kind of put a squeeze on them, they usually either slow down or speed up. They'll go on around you or they'll back off. They go one or the other.
Well, I thought I was taking precautions because I hung way far back. But because I was in the adjacent lane and it was their left rear tire that popped, um it it was just aimed straight at me. It just happened to be
Yeah,
wrong place at the wrong time.
you don't want to be beside them nowhere or right behind them.
I was like
Yeah,
adjacent. It was
yeah,
like diagonally across, you know what I mean?
yeah, yeah. Yeah, like I said, I have people that do that to me like a lot. That they'll get back there, but they'll do it. I mean, they just hang there, and I don't know why they do that. And my dad, mom, which my mom don't drive anymore, but she used to be really bad about how she drove around trucks. And my dad's that way. He'll just sit there, and I'm like, "Go ahead and pass this guy, Dad," and then he gets mad because I tell him how to drive. But I'm like, you're sitting there riding beside a truck or right there to where if his tire blows out, which ever since that guy lost the wheel, Dad does kind of get around him now. He don't piddle around Like
bet.
he'll speed up. You know what I mean? I'm like, just smash on it and get around them.
When I was
Scary.
learning to drive, my mom had me kind of not hug on them, but sit behind the trucks because, like, if you give
gas.
sufficient room, then everybody else is passing them and it's safer, but not like right up on them because
Well,
you don't want to be there when they lose that tire.
Well, some people will like draft on you.
Yeah, no, definitely not.
Yeah, I've had people draft on me, and you can actually save gas. You know what I mean? In a car,
yeah.
if you draft
Sure,
on a truck.
Drafting. Drafting.
Yeah.
sure. You can also save your life if you don't.
Well, actually, if you're right up close to them and you're right behind them, the tire's not going to come that way because you got mud flaps. The tire's going to go
Yeah,
out to the side, like it's going to go to the side.
yeah, the tire is going to go out to the side. The trailer is not.
Well, the trailer's not going anywhere.
I'm just saying the trailer is right there. If the trailer slows down at all, then you're going into it.
Yeah, well, that's why we have DOT bumpers on trailers now. That's when they.
Yeah.
I don't know if y'all remember back, like you probably wouldn't remember, but Stephanie would. There was like a person in California that ran up under a truck.
Oh, I know what you're talking about.
That was not good.
Yeah, and it like it was like it decapitated them and stuff. Anyway, after that was when they put DOT bumpers on trailers.
Okay.
Decapitation is not a way to go. It's not. It really isn't the way.
Yeah.
To go.
It was a real bad wreck. It was like a small car, wasn't it? And it went up, but they drove up all the way up under the truck, and like a DOT bumper. That's when they made DOT bumpers like the law.
Makes sense. I'm just saying, like, it's not a place to be.
Well, but I've had people draft on me. I've like on the milk tankers, you really can't draft, but like on a regular truck trailer, big 53-foot van trailer or something, if you get right up there a certain distance from that truck, you can almost like take your foot halfway off the throttle, and your car will keep moving in the same speed. Like I mean, you're getting their draft, the truck's draft.
I know. I got you. Is it safe?
Yeah.
So.
No, it's not. It's not.
Can you? Okay, that's what I'm saying. Is it's not safe?
It's aggravating to the truck driver too because they really can't see you. But like, if you can't see our mirrors, we can't see you.
That was my mom's rule.
It's been a while since I've gone from Maine to Florida, but in defense of Boston, going through the harbor tunnel in Baltimore is one of the scariest experiences in my driving career. All kinds of shit can go crazy there. That's a crazy that going through the Baltimore area is nuts.
I've been to Baltimore. You remember when that shooter was in Baltimore, around Baltimore? Like
which one? The guy in Washington, Baltimore, the guy was shooting up people at gas stations.
He was shooting at that. It was like on the interstate. He was shooting them with like a high-powered rifle or something. It was.
Oh yeah, well that happened up here too. Yeah.
And they caught him. They caught him in a rest area in Baltimore, like outside Baltimore.
Oh yeah. Yep.
Okay, well, like the day before they caught him in that rest area, I was in the exact same that rest area. Like the next day, they announced on the radio that they had caught him in that rest area. Because the truck driver is the one that actually turned him in. like saw him and recognized his, the car or whatever, because he was asleep in his car.
Yeah.
And the truck driver recognized, the car because they gave a description of the car or whatever. And the truck driver called the police and they came and got him. And but I was in that because I had been to the Baltimore to the dock, like right there. I'd been to the dock and loaded steel that was going to Florida.
Anyway, I don't want to defend Boston's traffic. I mean, that's my hometown. It's a mess. I always have to wonder where in Boston do you run into trouble, because there are lots of places to run into trouble.
Mhm.
There's lots of low bridges.
Yeah, there's that. There's all that. And then there are the cow paths. I mean, when you're on the peninsula, the old peninsula where the old roads, that area is absolutely crazy.
I used to go to a
But
produce
not many
market
people get in there.
Massachusetts too.
Oh, I know. Yeah, that's probably in Chelsea. That's just outside of town.
Yeah, it wasn't right downtown Boston, but
Yeah.
I had to go there a couple of times. I usually went to New York, but like I got stuck on that like twice. I got put on that route there, where I had to go to Massachusetts instead of New York.
God save the Commonwealth. I think it.
What's up, Steph? Did we lose you?
Hello?
Uh-oh.
Oh, she muted herself.
You're muted, Steph. You're muted. She may have her earbuds may have went dead or
Possible.
something.
Yeah.
Give her a minute.
Ooh.
So, I do want to thank you guys for joining me on this
Adventure?
this new adventure where we're testing something out.
I
Since
am happy to be included.
yeah, since you said you were available today, I wasn't going to be able to do it Saturday anyway, since my niece was visiting. I wanted to see if we could, give Monday a shot, see how it went. And I'm glad that that we've got some community staples with us.
Me too.
Yeah,
I'm
thanks
glad you're not stuck with just me.
Yeah.
There you are.
All right. I'm back. Yeah.
Welcome back.
We missed you.
This is true. And not with bullets.
Yeah. Wow.
Oh,
That's good.
I mean,
my sound decided to go cuckoo for a minute or two there, because I was going to inquire further as to where the issues in metropolitan Boston were, but But I was about to say I'm thinking about going back to my hometown on the 19th of April just to see the craziness, because it's gonna be crazy. It's the 250th year of the Battle of Lexington and Concord.
Oh, really? Wow.
Mm-hmm.
Y'all, I gotta go clean some milk pumps and stuff.
okay.
Thank you for letting me come on, Vic. And bye, Jester. And love you, Steph.
Yeah.
Later, Robin. Don't work too hard.
Have a lovely night. And then there were 3.
Yep. Oh no. Oh no. Oh no.
It's really it's kind of weird growing up. Growing up in Lexington was pretty weird because all of that history was right in front of your face all the time. That day, that place, that sense of place, all of this stuff, and then being part of the people that were involved in all of that, from in dissent.
Mm-hmm.
It's hard to express how crazy it is that I'm not going to say we WASPs are misunderstood because we're not really. But there's an awful lot of misunderstanding that goes along with the bullshit tales that we tell one another about American history. I mean, it's one of the things I think about when I think about history, and when I think about where the historians of the future will look at us. It's like, I think altogether too many people don't realize that people don't change that much. We've always been the same. We can choose to do better, but we often don't,
Yeah.
That's why there are golden ages and going in and out of these things. It's just, if we don't choose to see that we're going down the wrong road and turn away from that in time, things don't go well.
Yeah. It's unfortunate to just have to sit back and watch it.
Well, and the thing is that don't be content to sit back and watch it. Try to, put the shoulder to the wheel and change it as best you can. And that's all you can do at any given point in time.
Right. Well, I mean, at least until, so I think for others, they may be able to do more, like push out more information and help get people more active. In my case, I'm a little more limited. But, for everyone that I can influence, I encourage them to vote in the midterms for
Gotta do that
next year. And in Texas, if we were able to bump up the horrible turnout rate, voter turnout. I mean, it would be such a huge change on a local scale.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, and I think people have to be realistic. It's like, and not, somebody earlier in this conversation was talking about getting trapped in silos. It's like, be realistic. You really got to know that you can't keep relying on, there's no way these people can win. They're idiots. blah, blah, blah. They're not idiots. They're very calculating. They know what they're doing. And it's, you know,
Yeah. On some levels,
when,
Trump is an idiot. On others, he knows well the craft that he cares about.
yeah, I want better politicians. It's like the biggest the biggest bullshit that comes out of guys like Trump and Musk and all these operatives on the right is like, well, nobody can trust a politician. Politicians are a bunch of horseshit, and politicians don't know. Why are you going to go for politicians? And it's like, my dude, you're a politician. You're practicing politics. That's what politicians do. And
not that they're good at practicing it in this particular case.
Well, Trump is. Musk is.
No, Trump certainly is.
They're excellent at it. They're excellent at it because what's a politician supposed to do? A politician's supposed to acquire power. The problem with the people on the right is they're acquiring power for themselves, not for anyone else.
Well, it's specifically, so I also put in the definition that they're supposed to form competent policies for the governed, and that is not the case.
Well, that's idealistic. I mean, yes, I mean that's certainly the notion of Republican democracy. That definitely is the notion.
That should be the point of a politician. Like, why else elect one?
Yeah, this is why I'm for the radical idea that all politicians should be made to wear a chastity belt that is controlled by how well you pull. I think that would solve a lot of problems.
Yeah, but they, you know, I think we delude ourselves when we think that Donald Trump doesn't poll well. You know, because he polled very well in the poll that mattered, and
he's got his base.
You know, you can't dismiss the guy on the basis of the fact that he's an asshole. He is an asshole. Musk is an asshole. But they're very, very good at convincing people to vote for them because they are good enough to convince people that they're not assholes. They're assholes. We agree. But what they have, the talent they have, is appearing to be strong and determined people that have your interests at heart. And unfortunately, among the populace, your interests, when they say that, means whatever you say. You bigoted asshole? Fine, I'll be a bigoted asshole.
Yeah.
You know, there's a difference between a politician who jumps in front of the crowd and a politician who knows how to forge a crowd and is willing to stand and die for the crowd that is there. Let's think about the civil rights leaders. Martin King, killed. Malcolm X, killed. If you want to go dip into the little liberal line of things, Bobby Kennedy, killed. Jack Kennedy, killed. That you know, progressives have not had a tremendous success rate in longevity over the course of history.
Nah,
Yeah.
you kind of gotta give that up. But the
So what I'm saying, what I'm
other
saying is, it's like
concept.
it, the forces of the forces on the right, the forces of capitalism, the forces that are hell bent on on creating an authoritarian autocracy of the wealthy never give up, ever. They do everything in their power to diminish and deride all of the people, all of the little people, because they're the brilliant ones. And they manufacture a trick which says that you can be a brilliant one too. Just send $2.95 and a postage stamp, and I'll give you a hat. And some people are stupid enough to fall for that because you send me $2.95 and I'll give you a hat, and I'll also give you hate. I'll also give you the permission to hate the people that you hate.
Mhm.
And I'll do it too. I'll even write executive orders that hate all the people you hate. Just give me power.
Yeah.
If you want to stand in opposition to that, you don't give up. You don't treat that as a legitimate exchange of political views. You don't. You stand and say, this is bullshit. You stand for something. You stand for the people who are at the tip of the spear. Every single time you stand on principle. People are going to figure out pretty soon. It's like John Roberts is suddenly awakening to the fact that he's about to be viewed in history as the worst Chief Justice since Roger B. Taney. The guy who wrote the Dred Scott decision. He's waking up to that. And if you read the Constitution, Chief Justice Roberts is co-equal with Donald Trump.
Yeah. It's supposed to be.
He's supposed to be. The only way he's going to be is if he acts like it. Same thing with Congress. The only thing that works in any sort of political arrangement is if people are willing to follow the rules. As soon as nobody wants to follow the rules anymore, there aren't any rules anymore. It's not rocket science. I mean, it's just. So you can't just sort of sit there and say, oh, I mean, we can compromise. It's like, what compromise with what?
I've
Well,
definitely.
maybe, yeah,
There's just
maybe,
nothing left.
maybe genocide's okay. Oh,
Yeah. Like specifically when you compromise to the point where there's just very little left that your party is actually standing for, it's like, okay, so then, you know, what's the point in voting for that party, right? If you're just going to make it so
Uh,
that the other party can implement the painful and cruel policies that they want to implement.
I mean, my frustration is that at this point, the Democratic Party is standing for the idea that maybe one day we should maybe possibly stand for something.
I mean, it just
That
feels like they've just totally given up.
it's what it boils down to is that that's what they're saying is, hey, maybe one day we should possibly think about, standing up for something. And you go, yeah, you should maybe try that like yesterday. I
Yeah,
I don't know.
That's why. But that's why you to the extent that you can, you call these people up and you tell them, you talk in their ear. It's yeah. I wish I could share shit, but I can't. It's, you know. I have a very old. I have one of the first before I was doing stuff on my YouTube channel. I used my YouTube channel to do politics in my local in Freeport, Maine. Basically, I was doing stuff in Freeport, Maine.
Okay.
And Freeport has the dude that, like most towns do, they have the cable TV thing where you can watch the town council gatherings and stuff. And there was this one town council meeting. I was involved in trying to stop the town from giving away town land to a private business that wanted to do its big development and was basically gonna. Long story, but we managed to turn that around so that they couldn't do that shit.
Okay.
But it was this town council meeting, and they didn't realize that the tape was still rolling. And they took a break, and they didn't realize the tape was still rolling. They were all on live mics, and they gave the game away.
Oh, good.
And I was like a block away from the town hall. I was living about a block away from the town hall at the time, and I just walked into the room and I said, you're live on TV, and y'all are just saying this over the air, and y'all look stupid doing it. And you're just sort of giving the game away. So, maybe you ought to do something.
And which
be honest. That was my last word. Is I screamed at him. Be honest. Be honest. Tell us you're trying to shovel a whole bunch of construction business your friend's waste. Tell us you're trying to sell the town's patrimony out. Just tell us. Be honest. Then let us make a decision. Guess what? 3 of them lost their goddamn jobs.
Shocking.
I mean, you can't always do it, but sometimes you can.
What? No.
What?
Scream at the sons of bitches.
Sorry, I dismounted and then I just dropped through the world.
Oh no.
And it disconnected
Rest
me.
in peace.
I think I might have died.
I saw because of the delay.
I'm still dropping through the world. Oh no, it's not gonna let me log back in now. No, I
Oh
had stuff I
no.
needed to do. Ugh. There was something I needed to do before reset tomorrow. Damn.
Ah,
I don't know how to get my character out of that. The one time I had a problem happen like that, it was when I was teleporting in, and it was like a phasing issue. But
Mhm.
in this case, it's not a phasing issue, so I don't know how to fix it this time.
at least you're not
Uh,
driving in Boston, so there's that.
Yeah. Uh, I guess it's not fearing for my life, at least.
That's good.
but I've heard going there in the fall is something to do.
Well, it depends. Don't go there around Labor Day because it's mayhem. Everybody's moving. Boston's a college town, you know. It's tons and tons of college students and stuff. It's a fascinating city. It's
I would love to go, but I fear that I could never competently afford to live there
and
in
Oh,
some
living
places
in
yeah.
because I make almost nothing, in others because I am a dumbass.
yeah, none of the most desirable places to live in the United States are affordable, as far as I can tell.
Yeah, the
Well,
one I would
just
like most is Seattle because you've got like I've been there. You've got the ocean, then you've got the city, and then you have mountains. And if you keep
Hmm.
going on those mountains and you get over the ridge, you can't see that damn city or any other signs of civilization anymore. And it's a beautiful, beautiful sight.
You know,
Seattle's
at a
expensive as hell.
What?
total,
I was just saying, Seattle and just really any place in Washington is expensive as hell.
Yeah.
total, total sidetrack here, but um, I've followed and listened to this guy Nick Zenther's channel. He's a professor at Central Washington University. He's a geologist, and his
Hmm.
entire focus is on the geology of the Pacific Northwest, specifically Washington, and even more specifically the area around Ellensburg, Washington, and because lives in Ellensburg and Central Washington University, and he's a geologist. But man, he has a passion for the subject that is infectious. You know, and he'll talk about the geological history of the Pacific Northwest in ways that just blows your mind. That, you know, islands colliding with North America as it's drifting to the west, and
Hmm.
the subduction zones and the Juan de Fuca plate and the Pacific plate and the North American plate and the Farallon plate and all of the weird geology that's going on there, and the rise of the Cascades and all of this stuff, and it's like, oh my goodness, it's
Ready?
fascinating. And the landscape, you know, and he's out in the field and he's tripping on rocks and stuff, and the whole drill is a perfect example of focusing on the curiosities of one little place in the world that tell a bigger story, you know?
Mm-hmm.
And he does it really, really well. The channel's got, it's Nick Zenther, and the channel's got, it's, God, how many subbies does Nick have at this point?
Here you go, buddy.
Over 100,000, I think.
Well, you have another channel to add to the description. Oh no.
If you Nick. Zentner.
Damn it.
How come I don't see how many fucking 101,000 subscribers, 682 videos. The guy, it's worth watching a whole bunch of his stuff because he's the kind of guy who's just doing his thing and not making a big deal out about anything other than geology, which is cool.
Mm-hmm.
Fair. Oh God. Gotta run away. I was very proud of myself and got all cocky. Hey, how many KKK members have you shot and piled today?
Oh dear.
Oh, not today. No.
Yeah, bummer. I got to do it in my video game. I know it's not the same, but also it's not the proper way to deal with them, but still.
There's a linky po. I just put it in the
Thank you.
And actually, somebody needs to tell Chris. It's like the last episode in his latest series about the building of the Cascades is called Goat Rocks. So, just saying.
What rocks?
Goat.
Oh, goat rocks. Gotcha.
Yeah.
Goat rocks.
I'm not seeing anything here that I can use.
Appleseed Timber Company. Why are you in amongst them like that?
All right. It's about to toll midnight here on the east.
Yeah, I'm actually about to end here. I was just finishing up some last minute stuff because I was suddenly consumed by the world and can't log on to the character I needed to log on to.
Damn it.
Joyous.
That seems like horseshit to me. I'd
So
file an objection ticket or something.
I mean, I could try. I'm gonna see if the usual solution works, which is just leave it for a few hours and then log back on. I have my doubts, but you know, I'll try.
I mean, you might want to lodge it. I guess they won't get on it until after it's too late, is the main problem.
That's kind of why I'm waiting, because it would be more trouble than it's worth.
Hmm.
Just to to write up the ticket now and then for
Yeah,
it to not be a problem. So I'm gonna wait and see what happens.
I often wish that one of the things for an appeals ticket was like, oh, hey, uh, you could be like, listen, this is what this has cost me. And they could look at it and be like, yeah, you probably would have done this. Because it's their fault you didn't get the thing, or at least give you a reasonable shot to get the thing. You know?
Well, I mean, it's something that uh, it's, it was a, it's something that resets because the week's about to reset, and there were like, I needed to do some delves, but I was waiting until the end of the stream to do it, and it's my fault because I was like, I'll just do this area real quick and then I'll go turn in the delves. And of course, you know, here we are.
Mm-hmm.
That
There you are.
area I tried to go
Wherever
to.
you go.
Yeah, exactly.
All right. Good night.
Good night.
Have a good night. Thanks for joining.
Thanks. Yeah. Well, thanks for having me around. This was fun.
Yeah, you're always welcome to hop on whenever we're doing this.
All right. Ciao.
Whee. Ah, there's the trapper. Okay.
As soon as I clean up what I'm doing here, I'll go ahead and end the stream.
Okay.
It's just taking me a minute.
It does that. I'm in no rush.
Ugh. Man, and I had progress on my other character that I was gonna do. Damn it. I have to start all over on this character to do it, and it just takes so long. I don't feel like it.
And that's where, for me, the MMO died, was I I just got to a point where I'd be like, okay, time to go log in and play, and then I'd be like, you know what? I don't feel like it.
Yeah, I frequently have those days. It swings in every now and then.
Mhm. I just live in them. See, the worst thing that I had happen to me tonight, other than I was trying to pile up all of the KKK members that I found underneath the cross that they were going to burn. and I was going to burn it for them, just with a few addendums that I thought
Interesting.
that might be, appreciated. And no, it didn't work out that way. Although I hear like the way Rockstar did it is that if you just hang around and watch the KKK meeting, they light themselves on fire when they try to light the cross on fire. So it basically ends up the same way, but it's, in my opinion, much better when I shoot the bastards. uh, Poor rabbit, perfect ram, perfect bighorn, perfect rabbit, grizzly mutton. All right. And then, but other than that, my horse fell and my horse died, and I didn't have a horse reviver. So I reloaded the last save, which fortunately was like a few seconds before that happened. So I got my beloved horse back.
When your companion that you kept the entire game suddenly
Uh,
dies or glitches away, and it's like, fuck, my last save was half, the day ago,
yep.
and then it's like, but it's worth it.
But it's my friend. Uh,
Uh,
I had somebody was doing a marathon style game where you're encouraged in the game not to save too often
oh,
because
that's
they don't want you save scumming.
that's that's too nerve-wracking for me. I like games that I can quick save.
Yeah, yeah, I'm with you on it. Uh, I'm here to relax, not to add stress to my life. Please stop making it like that's a problem. You're the problem.
Yeah, like Final Fantasy, there when I was playing Final Fantasy X, like the only way to save would be when you like go from these save spheres and they were like in um set
Mhm.
checkpoint areas. I'm sure you're familiar with this, but um it like that's as much save controlling as I'm willing to put up with, because at least in that case I can always go back, refresh my health, save, um or like if I need to, I'll like run, like if I'm like, okay, this looks like this is about to be a boss arena up ahead. Let me just run back real quick to where that save sphere was, and then I'll save and then go towards the boss arena.
Right. Yeah, and they normally would have it like I've seen a few, but normally they'll be nice enough to be like, "Oh, well, you are about to do a big boss battle, so here's a save." Or they'd go, "Well, you just started a boss fight that you didn't know was going to happen, so we auto saved it for you."
Yeah,
And you
that's
go,
nice.
"Yay, thank you."
Um, one thing that I need in games where uh you make certain um, social decisions, and like depending on your decision, you can either like become that person's friend or they like attack you. So
Mm.
um, I am really bad about not understanding the game option that it's providing.
Hmm.
Like when they'll give you like a little preview of what the option you're about to choose is saying, and I'll be like, okay, that sounds neutral, or that sounds okay. I'll do this one. And I choose it, and the preview isn't it's not like in the tone that you thought it was gonna be, or it's the rest of the sentence is like, um yeah, you can do what you want if you want to die. And it's like, wait, that wasn't in the preview.
Yeah.
It like into a huge fight. That's when I need my like quick saves. Like I need my quick saves so I don't absolutely screw everything up and mess up my game.
Here, I'm gonna send you this. When the epic cutscene doesn't match the gameplay. Or wait, no, that's not the one. Uh, oh man. Uh, oh, there it goes. Weird dialogue options, and it is about
Yeah.
this exact thing where it's like, it's from the channel Viva La Dirt League. They're amazing. Um, and here we go. I think this should be the one, but I this might not be the one, but it's like there was one where it's like, oh yeah, I understand that you're a gutter eating snake or something like that. Like it's
Exactly.
like, wait, why is this prompt hostile? This prompt does not have any indicator that this is hostile.
They've made it clearer now, depending on the game, obviously, but
Yeah.
I think Baldur's Gate 3 does it too, where it shows you like whether your option will cause combat, or like it'll have like a little
Hmm.
sword next to it or something if it's gonna cause conflict.
That's
Um
helpful.
or if what you're about to do is gonna romance someone. Because I frequently will choose an option that I think means it's like friendly, but it's like a
Mhm.
romance option unless it's clearly indicated that this is like you choose this option, you're flirting, you know?
Yeah. I mean, I already have the problem that um I I flirt even I I have a tendency to be flirtatious as just kind of a defensive thing that I grew up.
Defensive.
Yes. Like, oh, I mean, you say nice thing about person and they don't don't decide to bust your face in, so be a little flirty, and then it ends out that my brain doesn't always associate those things as I'm being flirtatious. It goes, well, you're being defensive. And then and then you go, oh, I am kissing this person, and Okay. Sure, why not?
I guess we're soulmates now.
Oh, I mean, cool, sweet, awesome. I'll move to. Wait, you're in Texas, right?
Yes, I am.
Oh, God. I mean, it's not the worst place in the world. It's not South Carolina. Yeah, let's do it. We'll just go for it, and it'll all work out horribly. I mean, great. If nothing else, when the camps come, we'll be there holding each other's hands.
Well, we'll we'll probably get sent to the same internment camp at least.
Yeah. And you'll get to watch me make them regret putting me there because then they have to deal with me. Yay! Oh, God. Uh, oh, baby, yes. Oh, I love it. Oh, I wish I was broadcasting this right now. I just went to the trader and bought a whole bunch of clothing uh, from like perfect pelts that I've hunted. So I'm wearing this very, very mismatched outfit, and it's hilarious. It's like, yes, this is my outfit. Well, I'm just gonna go and put my old outfit back on because I can just jump on my horse and do that.
I'm so
Way.
pretty, oh so pretty, so pretty and witty and gay.
Yay! Okay, where the hell was I when I came across all that stuff? Oh God. Are you the legendary? One of you is the legendary. Okay. If I go up this way, I should recognize it well enough. Have you found your things?
I'm about to, so I've got to do one last thing, and then I'm gonna, just because I don't know, I guess I want to disappoint myself. Check to see if I can log in on my main again. Um, and if not, then I'll close it for the night.
I hear you there. I await with bated breath to see if you can succeed. Oh Lord, they need to chop those trees down. Ooh. Oh, wait, that was a perfect one. Damn it! Can I get my bow out? Can I get my bow out? Yes, I can. Can I find the quail
Oh,
again?
didn't count.
What?
I was trying to tag something in before someone killed it, and
Mm-hmm.
even though the spell went through, it didn't count.
Oh.
I'm just trying to finish this up as quick as possible. I'm I'm definitely not gonna do all 5 delves right now. I had 2, and I was like, I could maybe do 3 in one night, and I'm like 5. That's gonna take at least like 90 minutes. Like I don't want to do that.
Oh, come on. Put that stuff away. Thank you. I need to still the thing and go check out what the red thing is. Hey, 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 hey. Stow it. Be a good horse. That doesn't seem right. Okay. Let's make sure we have both of them. Yes. Whatever it is, I cannot see it. Seems to be actual enemies. See a fucking wagon. See a few fucking wagons. Is it O'Driscoll's?
Oh, this is gonna take forever. Let me see if I can get somebody.
I think it's O'Driscoll's. Okay. All right.
All right, all right, all right.
I came across, there was red. It was having trouble figuring out what the red was. Oh, more of them. Okay. Hi. Where are you? Where are you? Come on out. Other gang after me. Come on. There we go. Forgot about the fact that after you clear out a camp, you have to wait for the reinforcements to show up.
You have to wait for trouble and make it double.
Exactly. You have to make sure that you leave them blasting off again.
I really want to do the delves. The bonus is gonna end Tuesday morning.
Okay.
All right, I'll check. I'll double check on my main. and see if that's not available. I mean, maybe maybe I didn't even do 2 delves this week. Maybe I'm confused and I didn't have any progress at all, so it would have been the same either way.
I do not know. Oh, god damn it. Come on, really? Yes, yes. Instead of the thing that I'm right next to trying to interact with, do the thing that is 3 feet away. Uh,
All right, here we go. I'm gonna check.
okay.
Cross your fingers.
All 4 crossed. Or all 8 crossed.
Nope. It was a long
Oh
shot.
no! Ow. I should probably save that footage so that I can go back and figure out what the hell just happened. Record what happened. I was carrying a dead body and suddenly it lit on fire.
Oh wow.
Yeah. And I don't know why or how that happened. But I do know that carrying dead flaming bodies is not the greatest strategy for remaining alive.
Nah. You're just a victim of secondhand spontaneous combustion.
Combustion? Yeah. Fortunately, I was able to throw it before I lit on fire completely.
What on earth? This is weird. It won't let me access my warband bank. Maybe because it's still considering my main is logged in. Hmm.
Oh, that would be the worst.
Wheel in. How lovely. Can't do what I was gonna do. All right. So I just gotta
Can't
stay logged off
even.
the character for a while. All right. Well, I am gonna go ahead and end the stream.
Okay,
Thank you so much for joining me tonight. It's been lovely. I had fun.
I'm
Um,
glad.
and my plan is to continue doing this sort of thing at least once a week. Um, if I can't do it on Saturday, which I know you're not available, so uh, you know, it could it'll be a maybe on Saturday. If I can't do it on Saturday, then I'll do it on Monday evening. If I do end up streaming on Saturday, it'll be much earlier.
Mhm.
So tonight we started at 8:30 Central. On Saturdays, I'll probably start around 4 p.m., maybe 4:30 Central. So,
Okay.
obviously, if you're available, you're welcome to come. Anyone's welcome to come. I'm gonna keep the guest speakers to about the max that we hit tonight, which is about 4 other speakers. Because then it's harder to hear everybody when we get more than that. So, obviously anyone's welcome to watch, anyone's welcome to join. We've got links in the description. So we've got a link to Jester's channel and his Twitch channel in the description. We've got a link to join the community server that we're using right now for the Daily Atheist Media Network Discord server. This is our secular humanism community. The link is at the top of the description. Anyone's welcome to join, as long as you abide by Discord terms of service and the server rules. I've also got my own World of Warcraft RP Guild Discord server. This is specifically for WoW and any sort of like roleplay or roleplay writing tips. That link is also in the description. And you can find my other links like, my Blue Sky, the community live streams that I do every Friday night with the rest of the community, which Jester has joined as well. And we also have our affiliate channel, the Daily Atheist morning show, linked in the description, where they have live streams every morning at 8 o'clock Central Time, Monday through Saturday. I'll be in the live chat on Mondays, Wednesdays, and Fridays, and you're welcome to join me there anytime you like. So this has been a wonderful first stream, I think. I think it went really well. I wasn't expecting more people to join us. But if you had fun, subscribe so that you can catch the next live stream. Tell me if you like it, if you dislike it. Comment if you don't, if you weren't able to join us live, and tell us what you think you would like to see. What improvements do you think we should do? What suggestions do you have? If there are any game suggestions you'd like me to play. If I've already got it, then you might see it, during our next live stream. So again, thank you, Jester. You've been a wonderful co-host.
Slander.
And I think that this has been a good proof of concept. So if I do this again on a Monday, you are absolutely invited.
Yay.
Yeah, so we'll be doing it on the live show stage, and I'll also put it in the event calendar as well, so people in the server can see when it's coming up. So yeah, thank you again, everyone. Have a lovely night.
Yay.